A warm greetings to everyone. Agriculture Makers in Mission IBPS AFO welcomes you to this video. And in this video, we are going to see the NABARD Bankable Project on the cultivation of mango. And come on, let's get into the video. Very firstly, it is the introduction part. Yes, the scientific name of mango is said to be Mangifera indica, belonging to the family Anacardiaceae, is the leading fruit crop of India, and it is said to be the king of fruits. Besides its taste, flavor and fragrance, it is a rich source of vitamin A and C. You have to remember this. Mango is rich in vitamin A and C. The tree is hardy and can be grown in a variety of soil and requires a low maintenance. And mango fruit is utilized in all of its stages, that is both in immature and the mature stage. Raw fruits are used for making chutney, pickles and juices, whereas the ripe fruits are used for fruit purpose and also dessert, making squashes, syrups, nectars, jams, jellies, etc. And then the mango kernel contains 8 to 10% of good quality fat, which can be used for soap and also a substitute for cocoa butter in confectionaries. Coming to the climate, it can be grown in both tropical and subtropical climate from the sea level up to 1400 meter altitude, and provided that there is no humidity, rain or frost during the flowering period. You have to remember that the flowering period should not coincide with high humidity, rain or frost. Places with good rainfall and dry summer are ideal for mango cultivation. Remember, good rainfall along with a dry summer is ideal for mango. It is better to avoid the areas with wind, cyclones, which may cause flower and fruit shedding and the breaking of branches. Coming to the soil parameter, mango can be grown on a wide range of soil from alluvial to laterite, provided that they are deep, at least minimum 6 feet, and it should be well drained. It prefers a slightly acidic soil from the pH ranging from 5.5 to 7.5. You have to remember the pH and the before said altitude and everything. Coming to the varieties, there are nearly 1000 varieties of mango in India. They includes Alfonso, Bangalore, Banganapalli, Bombay, Bombay Green, Dashahari, Fazli, Fernandin, Hinsahar, Kesar, Kishanberg, Langra, Mangkut, Malgova, Neelam, Summer Best, Chausa, Swarnareka, Vanaraj and Zardalu. And actually sometimes it is important to read the varieties name because they will name a variety and then ask us to identify what is the crop the variety belongs to. So you have to read few things. Yes, recently some mango hybrids have been released for cultivation from different institutes and universities, and they includes, very firstly it is Mallika. It is a cross between Neelam and Dashahari. Fruits are medium sized and you have to remember that it is cadmium colored. Cadmium colored variety is said to be Mallika. It has a very good quality and it is reported to be a regular bearer. Here comes your Amrapali. It is a cross between Dashahari and Neelam. It is a dwarf vigorous type with regular and late bearing habit. On an average, it yields 16 tons per hectare and about 1600 plants can be accommodated in an hectare. As I said, it is a dwarf vigorous type. It is very much suited for high density planting with a spacing of 5 by 5 meter. And then it is Manjira. It is a cross between Rumani and Neelam. You have to remember the crosses, and it is a semi-vigorous type with a regular bearing habit. Fruits are medium, light yellow, firm and fiberless with sweet in taste. Coming to Ratna, Ratna is a cross between Neelam into Alfonso. It is a regular bearer and free from spongy tissue. Fruits are medium and flesh is firm and fiberless, deep orange in color with high TSS. It has a TSS of 19 to 21 bricks. And it is important to remember the crosses, so you should have any shortcuts or anything for easily remembering this. For Ratna, the last two letter is said to be NA. So N for Neelam, A for Alfonso. You can remember like this. And then it is Arka Aruna. It is a hybrid between Banganapalli and Alfonso with a regular bearing habit, and it is also dwarf in nature. It accommodates 400 plants, but in case of Amrapali, it accommodates 1600 plants. And the fruits are said to be large sized with an attractive skin color. It is fiberless and the sweetness is said to be high, and the degree of bricks is said to be 20 to 22. The pulp percentage is 73 and the fruits are free from spongy tissue. And then Arka Puneet, it is regular and prolific bearing hybrid of the cross Alfonso and Banganapalli. They are medium sized and the skin color is said to be attractive, having a red blush. It is fiber free and the pulp percentage is about 70 and the fruits are said to be sweet, having a bricks 20 to 22 with a good keeping quality, and it is also free from spongy tissue. It is a good variety for processing. You have to remember, for processing, Arka Punit is said to be good, dwarf is said to be Amrapali and your Arka Aruna, and then Mallika is said to be cadmium colored variety, and you have to remember this. Coming to Arka Anmol, it is a semi-vigorous type. It is a cross between Alfonso and Janathan Pasant. It is regular bearing, free from spongy tissues. It ripens and develop a uniform yellow color, and keeping quality is very good and it is suitable for export. It has a excellent sugar and acid blend, and fruits weigh on an average about 300 gram, and the pulp is said to be orange in color. Coming to the propagation, farmers should always get vegetatively propagated true to type plants from recognized nurseries. The methods followed includes inaching, veneer grafting, side grafting and then epicotyle grafting, and these are said to be the popular and promising methods. And then planting, land should be prepared by deep plowing and then harrowing and finally leveling with a gentle slope for good drainage. Spacing varies from 10 by 10 in case of dry zones where the growth is less to 12 by 12 meter in heavy rainfall areas and rich soils where abundant vegetative growth occurs. New dwarf hybrids like Amrapali can be planted at 5 by 5 meter. I have already said before, Amrapali is suited for high density plantation with a spacing of 5 by 5 meter, and the pits are filled with original soil mixed with 20 to 25 kg well rotten farmyard manure along with 2.5 kg SSP and 1 kg of MOP. 1-year-old healthy straight growing grafts from reliable sources can be planted at the center of the pit along with the ball of earth intact during the rainy season in such a way that the roots are not expanded and the graft union should be above the ground level. And the plant should be irrigated immediately after planting. In the initial 1 or 2 years, it is advisable to provide shade to the young plants and also stake them to make them grow straight. Staking is important and we have to plant at the center of the pit with ball of earth. Planting should be done in the rainy season and the roots should not be expanded and the graft union should be above the ground level. Coming to the training and pruning, about 1 meter from the base of the main trunk should be free from branching and the main stem can be allowed thereafter spaced at 20 to 25 centimeter apart in such a way that they grow in different directions. and the branches which cross over or rub each other may be removed at pencil thickness, which means that if it is the base of the ground, it should be allowed 1 meter without any branches, and after that 1 meter you should allow branching, and the branches should be spread in a way that there is about 20 to 25 centimeter distance between each branches, and it should be spread in all the directions, and the crisscrossing branches should be removed at the pencil thickness. Okay. Coming to the fertilizer, in general 170 gram urea, 110 gram SSP and 115 gram MOP per plant per year of the age from the 1 to 10th year, and thereafter 1.7 kg, 1.1 kg and 1.15 kg of respectively urea, SSP and MOP should be applied per plant per year in 2 equal doses during June, July and October. Foliar spray of 3% urea is recommended before flowering in sandy areas. You have to remember this because they have separately mentioned it. In sandy areas, 3% urea is recommended before flowering. Coming to the irrigation, young plants should be watered frequently, and in case of grown-ups, irrigation should be scheduled 10 to 15 days interval from fruit set to maturity, and it is beneficial for improving the yield. Irrigation is not recommended for 2 to 3 months prior to flowering as it promotes vegetative growth. Coming to intercropping, intercrops such as vegetables, legumes, short duration and dwarf fruit crops like papaya, guava, peach and plum are recommended depending on the climatic factors. Water and requirements of the nutrients for the intercrop should be met separately so that it should not compete with the main crop. Coming to the plant protection point, it is very important, and mango is said to be prone to number of pests, diseases and disorders, and the important thing includes, very firstly it is the mango hopper, and for this we have to spray carbaryl monocrotophos or phosphomidon, and it usually affects the plant at pea size of fruits. Coming to mealybug, we have to plow the interspaces, dusting with methyl parathion, and then applying the trunk with grease on the lower edge is said to be a good control measures. Coming to powdery mildew, 2 to 3 sprays of wettable sulfur or keratin is recommended, and anthracnose is said to be one of the important diseases both in the latent stage and in the crop stage. 2 sprays of bevestin is recommended, and then mango malformation, 1 spray of 200 ppm NAA in October followed by deblossoming at the bud burst stage in December or January. It is very important, you have to remember, for mango malformation you have to spray 200 ppm of NAA in October followed by deblossoming at the bud burst stage. Coming to fruit drop, regular irrigation reduces the fruit drop, and timely and effective control of pest and disease and spraying 20 ppm of NAA at pea size is said to reduce fruit drop. Coming to the harvesting, grafted plants starts bearing at the age of 3 to 4 years. At the initial stage, the fruit is said to be 10 to 20 per tree. Optimum crop is obtained from 10 to 15th year, which continues to increase up to the age of 40 years under good management. Coming to the post-harvest things, storage. Shelf life of mangoes is short, that is 2 to 3 weeks. They are cooled so as soon as possible. And the storage temperature is said to be 13 degrees Celsius. It is important, but a few varieties can withstand also 10 degrees centigrade. And the steps involved in post-harvest handling includes grading, washing, drying, waxing, packing, pre-cooling, palletization and transportation. Coming to packaging, mangoes are generally packed in CFP boxes of size 40 by 30 by 20, and fruits are packed in single layer with 8 to 20 fruits per carton. The boxes should have sufficient number of hair holes, about 8% of the surface area. You have to remember this to allow good ventilation. And with this, we are winding up, and I hope the video will be very much useful to you, and keep on supporting us, and do subscribe our channel for our earliest updates by tapping the bell icon, and thank you for all your support.